Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to day 14 of the 10-year YouTube celebration. On the last episode, I talked about the one and only movie review that I did, and that was back in 2018. And now I'm going to be talking about a series that I started. Actually, a series that I started. Oh, when did I start that? Probably sometime in, I don't know, maybe 2017? Probably somewhere around there, 2017 or 2018. And that is the series WWE A-Z. So I originally had this idea to use every single character in a WWE game, starting from A, and then I would wrestle the last name alphabetically in the game. So in the series I actually did and finished in 2019, which we'll get to. The first match was me playing as Adam Cole versus Zack Ryder. So you get the idea. So I first thought of the idea, again, around 2017 or 2018. I don't remember. Those videos don't exist anymore. Because I only did a few of them and then canceled the series and then, yeah. So I was doing that in 2K15. And I was going through... doing exactly what I told you. The idea for the series was starting with the A's, playing against the Z's, and then as I moved down, the opponents moved up until I met in the middle and got to, or until both myself and the opponents met in the middle. That was the idea. And when I was doing it in 2K15, even though, like I said, I only did a few episodes before canceling it, deleting those videos, I was originally planning on doing a little highlights video. Or I was originally planning on doing each one as like its own little highlight video, and I would add in a stipulation for each match. So, I start off with a singles match, then I add in a stipulation, and move to another stipulation, etc. You get the idea. And it was fun, especially at a time where I really did enjoy doing highlight videos and stuff like that. But something happened. I just lost all motivation to do that, lost interest in the idea, and like I said, I canceled it and I didn't finish it. So yeah, there was that. But then for some reason, in early 2019, I actually have the date pulled up. In February 20th, 2019, I don't know, I just randomly got a big inspiration to bring A-Z back. So I did it, just on a whim, and I was doing it in 2K19. And then I kept it going, was making it pretty consistent for quite a while. There were a few breaks here and there. But at the end of the day, by July 27th, 2019, the series was officially finished. Now, I ended up changing it up near the end. I started doing, tag matches. I started doing triple threats. And then I realized, okay, there's so many people in 2K19, and I don't want to keep this series going for that long. Especially at the time, I assumed 2K20 was going to be, a fine little game that I would play a lot. Little did I know. But yeah, so I didn't want to keep it going well into, 2K20 being a thing at the time. So I started doing Elimination Chambers and Royal Rumbles and, 8-man Battle Royals, etc. Getting through as many people as I could. And that's when I actually decided to do the that's when I actually decided to just meet in the middle and have the series be everyone being showcased instead of me playing as everyone from A-Z. So, yeah. I decided to make it just, a fun little everyone gets showcased throughout the entire series. Along with, the bigger matches, getting more people involved, And it worked out. It worked out pretty well, all things considered, and I was able to end it with a triple threat with Booker T and 2 Kofi Kingstons. So I made A. That's something. But yeah, like, it was a lot of fun. I enjoy the idea of A to Z, but it's just so hard to do. It was just so hard to keep doing it for the wrestling games with the games prioritizing the roster size so much. So, like, if I would have done it in 2K15, especially if I would have said, okay, it's the base roster, that's not too bad. The base roster 2K15 is fairly small. But, you know, yeah. 2K19, you know, like 16 through the current games, they just really, as we know, started prioritizing the roster size, making it bigger and bigger and bigger. So it just makes it so difficult, so time consuming. You have to have, there would have been so many episodes to do. And it was just like, I don't want to keep doing that, you know? But there was a fun little thing where I also included a win-loss ratio for the videos as well. And I know earlier on, I think I stopped doing it in some of the later episodes, but I know early on, I also would put little fun facts and stuff like that for the episodes. Starting episode 3, I was sitting at a record of 3-1, or 3-1, and I put a little fun fact going into the first match. At the time, my only loss was to Xavier Woods. And then in the second match, the next fun fact was I had an embarrassing loss to Vader. That just happened. I don't know. It was fun. I liked doing that. I eventually stopped, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty fun. But regardless, that was that. That was the idea for A to Z. I started it. I first had the idea back in 2K15, back with the game 2K15, around 2017, I want to say. It was very short-lived. I canceled it and eventually brought it back for 2K19, changed things up slightly, and eventually did finish that series within a few months. Would I say no to doing it again? No. I think it would be interesting to do it again. But I don't know how I would do it, or if I could even make myself be consistent enough to do it. That is a real question. But A to Z did have a bit of a spiritual successor with Tyson's Denver vs. the World series in Madden 19. That he was originally going to carry over to Madden 20, finish it, and then he never did that. Or if he did, he never told me he finished it, so I could get the footage, and yeah, regardless, he didn't finish it. But that was kind of a spiritual successor to A to Z, and those videos are still up, as he was doing the same kind of idea. Where, you know, he did his own little announcement video, obviously, and in case he wants to talk about this for a 10-year celebration, which I pitched to him, and he said he did want to talk about some stuff like that. Well, actually, what did I say? Right. So, yeah, that was part of what I pitched to him, and he said he would. So I won't go into too much detail, but like I said, it was a bit of a spiritual successor, and he picked his favorite team, and instead of going, you know, playing as, like, say, the first team alphabetically and then playing as the last team alphabetically, in Madden, he took his favorite team, the Denver Broncos, and he ran through the entire thing from A to Z. So, yeah, that was a fun little thing he was doing for a while, and that was, like, his own series. I was very rarely featured in the episodes he did commentary. Or at the very least, if I was featured, I certainly was not the focal point. And there was even an episode where he did it completely by himself. I do remember that. So yeah, that was that, really. But yeah, that was that. I don't have much else to say. A to Z was a cool little thing that I came up with. It was a cool little idea that I came up with that I decided to run with. The first series, like a lot of series I start, completely failed and was canceled. But then eventually, I brought it back and was able to finish it, even if I finished it in a way that was not the original plan. And then, like I said a few times already, Tyson had his own basically spiritual successor to it with a series in Madden that was basically the same idea, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't have much else to say for that. That was A to Z. That was day 14 of the 10-year YouTube celebration. I hope you joined me for day 15. with whatever that episode might be. But until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.